Okay, as I showed you before, this is our where you're at. This is our valve core. Okay, I went ahead and put a brand new one on there. They say you're only supposed to use them one time, so when you take them off, you're supposed to put them back and put in a new one. I've never found that to be true. I have test units that I've done 100 times and been perfectly fine each time. But I went ahead and I didn't like the looks of that one. It looked like it was a little bit bent or something, so I went ahead and put a heavy duty one on, and we'll go ahead and replace it with a brand new heavy duty one. So anyway, when you go to put it in, you can't get past the valve. It's valved off for our protection. That's what's holding our vacuum right now. And so we can't mess with our valve. So what we have to do is bring this part of the tool up, okay, and simply bring the valve core in and set it in there, and then bring it stops because it hits the valve, and bring this thing here up. And what that does is this is a low loss valve, and it allows the refrigerant that we're going to release into it. We're going to release a little bit right now once we got this thing set up, and we're going to release a little bit into it so we don't lose our vacuum. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take off the nut. So we have a nut right here. It doesn't matter whether it's top or bottom, but whenever you have the tools, you go to the other one, whether it's top or bottom, that doesn't matter. Look for the one with the tools and go to the other one that doesn't have tools on it, and you want to release that bit, that one there, okay? That way it'll circulate all the way through to the tools, okay? It does it either way, but it's still better to do this. We get in the habit of doing that regardless. Okay, now we're going to release 1 second's worth of refrigerant. Okay, not a lot. That way, in case we had a disaster, something actually happened, we wouldn't lose any refrigerant. Just be a little wisp, a 1 second wisp of refrigerant. Okay, so it's already screwed all the way in from the factory. We're releasing it out, so we want to go this way. Okay, so we come in here, we go. That's it, 1 second worth. That put back pressure on our tools now. So now we can't lose our vacuum. Our vacuum is sealed, okay, with refrigerant. And so what we want to do is release a little bit. We're going to go like this, and that's going to put pressure all the way down. Okay, so we just unvalved it, and we're going to release a little bit of that air. See that? Okay, really released all the air, and now we're pure vacuum. Okay, and now we're going to take our tool and push it up. Again, it's hard to do upside down, but you got to push it up to beat the pressure of the refrigerant. It's not a lot of pressure, but it's some. And as you're pushing it up, you turn the knob to screw it in. While keep your finger on it, press it. Usually use your thumb because you're going the other direction, but I'm having to use my finger here. And I just want to go up till it's tight. You don't want to go too much and break the thing. Just feel for it and feel that it's tight. It's like you're tightening a nut or a bolt. That really is essentially a bolt. Okay, so it's nice. And then we release it. Okay, and now we valve it off. All right, now we're going to put a test cap here. It's valved off now, so it's totally safe. Nothing's happened. Our refrigerant's all safely secured in here under this valve. Okay, so even if the worst case scenario had a bad valve core removal, bad valve core, we simply replace it again. But right now we're just assuming it's perfect. It was a perfect one we put in there, and we assume everything else went perfect. So we take this off, and now we're going to test that and see if it held. Okay, what we have is a test cap, and it's just a regular cap with a hole I drilled in it. Okay, so it's just a regular cap with a hole I drilled in it, and we're going to put that on. And then we're going to test it with bubbles and see if it's leaking anything. So right now, we're just going to open it up, and we're going to test it with the same bubbles we had before when we did all of our testing to see if anything was leaking. So we simply, you see how much bubbles we have here? Hoping you can see that. You have bubbles, and if you had any leakage, it would be blowing out right now. So we can see that there's no leakage. It's perfect. The valve core held perfectly. Okay. So now we're going to remove this system. Okay. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and remove our system. Now we're going to release our refrigerant into the system. So everything's done. Our valve corp tested perfect, and it was simple as that. Now we'll simply open up the refrigerant, and again, with the side that's not connected to where the tools was. So we do that one first, and there's a little stop right there, and it stops you from going any further. So you just go right up to the stop. Make sure you open both valves. It's real important. Some people forget the second valve. Then we're going to take a little bit of nylog and put it on all these, okay, and seal them up. Okay, so we put a little bit of nylog on. This is not much of a flare face. Okay, so you put it on the threads too. So put it on the face, but put it on the threads too. Okay, these things are not decorative. These are for the sealing, so it helps to seal. So in case these have a single O-ring or double O-rings on them, and whether single or double, that's what holds all your refrigerant. And there's little O-rings, and then inside here it's a little valve core. You saw it before when I just showed it to you. That valve core has got a little plastic washer. Really, not even rubber, it's plastic, and it needs to be protected from everything. And so you want to have a little nylon on each one of these things and tightened up. You don't have to torque them, but you need to cinch them up, tighten them up, and that'll protect it from the weather and atmosphere and other things. And if it did leak through an O-ring or a plastic or whatever, it would stop at the seal. It would stop at your what you've done here. You've created a seal. So even if it did fail, it would not lose any refrigerant because you sealed it. Okay, so make sure we do that.